Hi, friends. Welcome to your Leo season readings for the collective. This month, we go in the order of fire, earth, water, and air signs. If you are new here, we do these by the Zodiac elements. I always suggest that you just listen to the entire reading because you have aspects of the elements in your entire chart, and there are always messages for the collective. If you only want to listen to for your sun sign, that's okay. Always listen for your rising sign because we are just as much our rising as our sun sign. And if you're looking for particular direction or guidance about a certain thing in your life, you can look at the planet or the house that rules that, see the element that rules that, and listen specifically there. So let's get into it again. Leo season readings for the collective, starting with our fire signs. All right, fire signs. Happy Leo season. Happy birthday, Leos. We have Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius. So, Ace of Pentacles here. So, it's funny because I kind of talked last month about how a lot of water signs feel more normal, if you will, during Cancer season because they're used to navigating the emotions. It's like, oh, a crab that's walking on Earth, and the rest of the time it doesn't feel right. But then, we're actually crustaceans. So we get in the water and we're like, oh, this feels normal. This feels better, right? That this is kind of the same thing happening for Leos, right? Where it's like, I'm sorry, fire signs, where it's like during this Leo energy, this fire, we're in the heart of summer energy in the Chinese calendar. Like we have all of this just like go, 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 do type energy, right? And so because of that, fire signs are able to ground in and actually be more productive because that energy is feeling normal to you guys, right? It's just, Leo energy in Leo season brings us this sun and this warmth, it's ruled by the sun and this just like confidence and this just like feel good and need for joy. And so it's just a really beautiful time to take that energy and that feel good that is happening and plant the seed, right? Ace of Pentacles, like Pentacles, this is okay. Remember too, when we say abundance and we're wanting abundance, we need to specify, right? Like I needed abundance of love and money and stability and structure, right? Like in health and wellness. Like we want to, make sure that we're saying that what we want an abundance of. But it's like we have this opportunity, right? It's like the eyes are going to that, like how it's dripping of you're being presented, literally, you're literally being presented an opportunity to grow, to plant a seed, to ground in. Like Spirit just says, honestly, it feels like a very simple message. Spirit says, like, use the energy and use everything that is surrounding you now and use the feel good of it and take what is being handed to you as a new beginning and just like run with it, right? Like plant the seed. It's a time for a new beginning, a new adventure. There's just a lot of energy around manifesting the things that you want. Again, being very specific with what it is that you want in abundance of, right? It is a time to be ambitious. It is a time to you're just like it's like a time of prosperity for you if you are energetically aligning with it, right? So just because somebody is handing us an opportunity or giving us an opportunity doesn't mean that we have to take it just because it's there, just because it sounds like fun, just because we think like, oh yeah, like why would I not pass it up? The idea of like, I'm not going to date this person, but they want to go out to dinner and I want to get dressed up and go out to dinner and I'm fun to be around and they might still be fun to hang around, but I know it's like not something I'm going to date. So that energy, they're saying like, be cautious of that kind of stuff where it's like, we actually don't want to, it's funny how they say it, we don't want to waste like our beautiful light and energy with people that don't deserve it because we're going to walk in and light up the room and be bright. And if we have these dim people around us, like it doesn't matter how bright we are, they're going to drain a little bit of that light and try to take it for themselves, even if it's not on a conscious fucking level. So when you're making these decisions about who you're going to grow with, what seeds you want to take, what opportunities you want to take, what places you want to show up, what social groups you want to have, who you want to have surround you and be near you as you're, planting these seeds and growing. Because it's almost like this is like the beginning of like your season as fire season. You need to be conscious that it's people who literally like see your light and they smile about it. And they're like, yes, your warmth and your sun feels so good. I want to be around that because you make me feel good. Not because they're miserable and they want to suckle off of you. There's a very different energy, right? If somebody says, man, you are so confident. Teach me your ways. Man, you are so passionate. I desire that same thing. Like these are the kinds of people that you need to be surrounding yourself with and absorbing your light. People that want to hear what you have to say and want to grow with you, right? Not putting you on a pedestal. That's not what we're talking about. But that energy and that excitement and that love and that passion, whatever it's for, the people that are in your life, it doesn't matter, work, play, downtime, whoever you're talking to, Spirit is saying like you really need to be making sure that these people, they have good intentions, and they, if not, are at the same quote unquote level as you, that's where they want to be, right? Like, they say don't take advice from people who aren't living the life that you want. And don't surround yourself with people that you don't like want to be like, right? So you need to be thinking about that with the people that are, I'm not saying beneath you, but these people, there are people that are around you that are not, they don't want the same things. They don't have the same drive. They don't have the same passion. They don't strive to make themselves better and be at the level that you're at. And you don't need none of that. Okay? Fire signs, happy fucking birthday, Leos. I am a Leo rising. My whole chart is ruled by the sun. Leo energy, it's the best. In Aries and Aries, you get shit done. In Sagittarius, you bring fucking joy to the world. So love you, fire signs. Happy Leo season. All right, my beloved earth signs. We have Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. I always know my birth chart is 40% earth. So I love earth energy. We have the wonderful, glorious Magician. So in tarot, for those of you that don't know, the 0 card is the Fool, the beginning of the journey. And then the first person that the Fool meets on his journey is number 1, the Magician. And I always say that this card is a card of manifestation for self, right? So sometimes we're doing things for the collective, people in our life, just like whatever, like, maybe it's like my business, like I'm manifesting for like my fair, but then there's a very different energy of the Magician is about, you are on the beginning of the journey. It is like, it reminds you, remember, we can go through the whole Fool's journey in a week, in a month, in a year, from beginning to end. We can be having multiple journeys, right? We can have, when it comes to like our love life or our work life or like our spiritual life, like we can be having overlapping ones. So there is a part of you that is on a journey that you have just started and you are in the first step. And Spirit is saying like, you have all of the tools and everything that you need to grow and make the magic happen and manifest whatever you want. Like literally look at the card. Look at the magic coming. It is making me think of my friend who's probably going to watch this, who's a Taurus, who has this Reiki energy, right? Just coming out. And it's like, look at the power coming out of my hands. Like I have this infinity up here. I'm focused. I'm not sure what this tattoo is on. Let's look closer. What is that tattoo of? Maybe is that the, oh, what's that Merkaba? That looks like, oh my God, I know what it is and I can't think. Okay, I know what it is. If I come back, I'll put it in the notes. It feels like a lot of encouragement of saying like, take a breath, ground into the energy that you know that you have. You are able to make decisions from a stable, grounded place. You can get into that body embodiment, grounded energy feeling to make better choices more than anybody else, right? It's your nature to be in that. And they say, you can feel that things are shifting. You can feel that you have the tools. You could see the entire path laid out in front of you of how things magically work out for you. You have to not share. Okay, I hear like the naysayers, right? So you cannot talk about something that you're excited and passionate and I'm so pumped for this to somebody who doesn't have the same belief system or same understanding that everything is always working out for you and that you have the power in your own hands, the potential to manifest and make the life that you want. It's funny because like I said something to my mother a couple of days ago and I said, my belief system allows me to believe that within the next year, I'm going to have a lot of residual income and money, right? Like I had to kind of just like say, because my mom is very intelligent and very logical and her brain is not going to make decisions based off of a theory that a manifestation is going to come true. She's going to base it off of actual logic and proof. So, which is great for some people, but like I'm a dreamer, right? And like I feel into the energy of things and I'm like, no, like I fucking know this is going to work out for me and I know these great things are happening and like, yeah. So if that's how you are, that's how you feel, you have to meet other people in that same place and talk to them in that same place. You have to have people around you that, this is the second message coming through, like the first one with people you're surrounding with. You have to be around people who are excited for you, who want to lift you up, who want the great things to happen for you. I said that 333 on the timer, who want to be there. They want to lift you up. They want to grow with you. They want to work with you. They want to expand with you. They want to be happy for your success, right? Like, these are the people that you need alongside you right now. You can see the light at the end of the tunnel. You know it's there. You know, you're human. You're going to have days where you're tired. You're going to have days where it's cloudy and you feel funky, or where you have a little bit of a headache, or your hormones are just a little whatever for the day. That's fucking normal. That day does not define you. That day does not define this journey. That day does not ruin things. That day does not shift everything into a different fucking timeline. We take that day for what it is. Maybe it's a day of sadness, a day of grief. We accept it. We honor those feelings. We say that this came to me for whatever reason. I'm going to sit with it. I'm going to work through it. And tomorrow is a new day, and the sun will fucking rise again. And we're going to keep on keeping on our journey. And we're not going to let these little pockets of normal human things and normal interactions and a resistance that we put in on our path, we're not going to let those deter us. And we're going to know that everything is lined out. They show me like the yellow brick road, and it is there for you to walk on. And sometimes you just got to stop and sit down on the fucking bench and stare and know that it might be raining on the bench you're sitting on, but that path is still paved in gold for you to get up and walk on, and you just keep fucking going. Even if you're out of breath and you got to sit down a lot, it's still there. Okay. Love you so much, Earth signs. Thank you for just calming and bringing beauty and logic and perfectionism and the cleanness and the fixing. And like, we need all of these signs, and we very much need the energy that Earth signs bring to us. You make things better for me. I love you dearly. Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Happy Leo season. All right, my water signs. Cancer, happy birthday. I know you just had a birthday. I'm a Cancer sun, so I'm going to say that. Scorpio and Pisces. This is the thing about this card. This is the Nine of Wands. This is a very different depiction than a lot of other Nine of Wands, because we're going to look at her face. She's got this shit. Look at her. She says, bitch, I got this shit. And my fucking shit's on fire. It ain't out. It's on fire. This is a fire card. This is a passion card, right? Like, we're at the 9. We're towards the end. Typically, this card, you know, it's a card about feeling burnt out. It's a card about being overwhelmed. It can be like a card of like, fuck, like, can I get a goddamn break? Like, that's literally the energy of how I feel, like, in my body and soul. But it's a card of perseverance. And literally, she's looking back and she's saying, fuck you, I got this shit. And for whatever reason, I feel very passionate about this. And that's why the cuss words are coming out the way they're coming out. But it's like, that's the energy behind it. It's like, she's like, no, Spirit's just like, no, we fucking got this shit, right? Like, you do persevere. You always persevere. Bouncing off of the previous reading, like, the light is at the end of the fucking tunnel and the path is still paved gold and you are fucking headed there. Just because we have hiccups and we have hardships along the way does not mean that you don't need to keep going. Like, you keep fucking going. And here's the thing. You're sensitive, and sometimes lots of times, often on a daily basis even. It's funny how they're like every moment of every day even. It feels like a curse. And sometimes it feels unfair that you feel things so deeply. And there's two parts of it. One is you have to understand that the rest of the world does not always feel the things that you feel. They're not as sensitive as you, right? Sensitive is not a bad thing. Sensitive means that you feel things on a deep level. You feel things very easily, right? Sometimes we have to stop and realize that not everybody's as sensitive as us. They're living a different fucking reality than us, which is why we need to have people in our lives, again, ongoing fucking theme, that understand us. You know, I had somebody once say to me, like, it was a blessing and a curse, like, it was a good and a bad thing, how sensitive I was. I said, what the fuck do you mean? And I said, you mean, it's like, they're like, oh, you cry a lot. And I'm like, and? Yeah, that sunset's fucking so gorgeous, it moves me, I'm crying. My chipmunk ate off my little fucking food, like, I have a little picnic table for critters, and he got up there and ate this morning, and it was so cute. It made me so happy. I got teary-eyed. I also got teary-eyed thinking about my best friend who's in spirit and some other shit, right? That is a part of who I am. I own that. Tears are cleansing and they're clearing, and I'll be damned if I ever stump my emotions or my feelings to make somebody else feel better, because what? Emotions are meant to be felt, and they are meant to flow through our body and to be recognized and to be released. And that is how we don't get sick, right? And so often for these water signs that are feeling things so deeply and feeling shame over feeling because people aren't understanding, you're not allowing yourself to feel the full spectrum of them, and they're getting trapped. So if you're having some sort of physical ailment, especially a repeat one, like say you've always had tummy problems your whole life or whatever it is, start looking at the emotions behind that and start recognizing them and releasing them, and know that like you are allowed to feel your full array of emotions, and you need to find people who accept that about you and love that about you and understand that about you, and that you can feel safe to like express those things with. It was 333 on my timer. What else? There was a second part to that message, and they went on a tangent about that. So let's see if we can come back to the other part. It's just a part of who you are, and these cycles get exhausting. And the more that you learn to quote unquote regulate your emotions and accept your emotions and sit with them and be still when you need to be still and rest when you need to be rest, when these moments come and these waves come, they'll be easier for you to deal with, and it won't feel so debilitating to feel things such as a strong and deep level. It's the Spirit is encouraging you to take control of the emotions and the depths of which way you feel things, and harness them and make that your superpower, right? Don't look at it as a curse. Look at it as a blessing. I've had that message spoken over to me in the past. I feel like I've spoken it over to water signs or somebody else before. So, and that applies to anybody who needs to hear those things. Again, this is why, like, if you just heard that message, take a fucking big, deep breath and let it go, and give yourself permission to feel whatever feelings come up for you. You know, I always say grief comes in waves, and when it comes up, you feel it, you ride the wave, and then you let it go. Sometimes we have no idea when it's coming. We have no idea why it's coming. But the only thing you truly can do is ride it out and move on. Like, trying to fight it is not going to be helpful or beneficial for you in the long run when it comes to your emotions. All right. I love you dearly, water signs. Happy belated birthday, Cancers, Pisces, and Scorpio. All right, air signs, Gemini, happy belated birthdays, Libra and Aquarius. You know what's funny? I just realized is we had the Magician card, and then we have the World cards. We have the one, which is, no, like I said earlier, the 0 card is the Fool card. That's actually the first card in the deck. But it's funny to me because the one card, technically, some people could consider that beginning. And then the 21, this is the World card. This is the last card in the deck. So it's kind of like we got the beginning and the end of the journey, right? What I'm really getting from this card, other than obviously the sacred geometry is popping up again. So if somebody is being called to work with sacred geometry, if you like sacred geometry, they're even talking like, I have a couple pillows that have sacred geometry, and they're saying like using that as like an actual tool, right? Like, this symbol means this. Let me put it on my head on this pillow while I'm meditating or doing this, because I'm drawing in the attention of the sacred geometry. So there's a message about sacred geometry and using these sacred symbols that's just coming through. I think that's in general, not just for air people. That sounded funny. When I look at this card, I just get refreshed. I get clean. I get clear. I get gentle. I get calm. I get soft. Like, it feels very like calm to me, right? Like, there's times when I pull the World card for myself about a situation, and I can't help but feel a sense of relief, or what's that, like when you're sad, but you're like not sad about it because it's the right thing, right? And you're like, man, like it's because it's a card of not a happy ending, but it's a card of understanding of completion, and it is a card of joy, right? So it's almost like say a relationship ended that you didn't want it, you weren't sure about it, but you pull the World card, and Spirit is saying like, that cycle ended. You should be happy about this, because now, it's like there's an opening for something new and something better. And Spirit says we have to trust that when these doors close, it is for better opportunity, right? And that is your mindset. Yes, Spirit. Yes, universe. Yes, God. Show me how good it gets. That is your mantra, air signs, for at least this season, every day. God, show me how good it can get. Spirit, show me how great it can get. Universe, I want this, this, and this, or even better, right? And so reaching for the stars, thinking as positive, like bringing your mindset. When you're down in the dumps or you're having a really bad day, that's not the time and place that we want to kind of switch or manifest these things. But in a general moment, right? Or when we're thinking in general, this is how we want to feel. The best thing to do when you're really down in the dumps, instead of trying to feed yourself some bullshit thing, is to just say, you know what? It's a shit day sometimes. It is what it is. This experience is happening. Fuck it, I'm going to move on, right? And then take a nap, eat a snack, watch something that makes you laugh. And then when that energy has passed, say, you know what? Now I'm ready to receive something for my highest good, or even better than I could ever imagine, right? So this energy for you is very much about it happens a lot with air signs and thoughts and the way that we're thinking about ourselves. Also, I'm interested in this energy of this ring that she's in. It's almost reminds me like a hula hoop, but it's like I don't know. There's something about like this embodiment of like being in this. There's something called the Tarita field. I don't ever say that right. And so there's a message here too of like checking into our different energetic bodies and seeing where these messages are coming from, because they're saying check into the four main bodies, check into our spiritual, mental, emotional, and physical bodies, and kind of see where this like muck is. See where you're holding these thoughts and this negativity that's kind of holding you back. This card is also about like a new level of consciousness, right? So with this ending, allowing, or whatever this cycle is, whatever this thought process is, whatever this checking in, there's like simple things we can be letting go of, right? It's like aha moments. This is the time for aha moments. This is the time for calmness. I earlier wanted to say like a little bit of Christ consciousness, and the green is the healing and the yellow is the joy. And it's like, this could be such a beautiful time for you if you just, when you have these one or two little negative thoughts, just grab onto it, process it, say, this shit is not mine, this is not reality, and fucking let it go, right? And it's like, imagine you have these four energetic bodies. We have more than that, but these four that I was talking about, like spiraling around you. And it's like, negative thought pops in, and then I'm just ruminating on it and ruminating on it and ruminating on it. And it's like, can we just acknowledge that one mental thought and get out of our fucking energy and let everything else continue to flow and be beautiful around it? And it's like, one more stress thing comes in. Oh, I feel stress. I feel agony. And then you're like so hyper focused on it. And Spirit's like, just acknowledge that feeling and let it fucking go. And then the rest, it's like you're like a spider web, and you allow and you like hold on to these one things that come in and they don't serve you, and you hyper focus on them, and everything else is pretty fucking great around you guys. But the one energy of the focusing on the one thing, it's like affecting everything else around us. Okay. Woo-saw. Slow the mind down. And when your mind is racing and you're having the most thoughts, that is when it is the most important time to stand up and walk away from whatever you are doing and clear your mind. The initial feeling of like, oh, there's a lot happening, the ADD, the wheels are spinning and this and that. Nope, we're going to walk away right now. We're going to take a minute fucking stretch. We're going to do a little lap, and then we're going to come back with our mind settled, because we cannot make choices and move forward when our mind is in that scramble mode. Okay, take a breath, air signs. You got this. I love you. Happy Leo season. Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra. Hey, thanks so much for being here with me. I hope you enjoyed these Leo season readings. Make sure that you check out my July season readings and subscribe, because every month I do 2 different readings like this, one at the beginning of the month and one at the end whenever we switch sun seasons. Thanks for being here.